Alright, it's up. I know what I'm gonna build because I'm gonna do a little bit of fighting.
If you ever want to trade tactics, I'm always ready.
Alright, you're in, okay. So let me put this in perspective. This is what you see as a Geo Slime. Whenever you see how like every time I'm attacking, it's like the little gauge below its health goes down. When I hold Zhongli's like skill, look at that. It goes away instantly. It goes away. It could have been easier if I used like the Luke like a Claymore user, but I didn't. So that's the thing. And you see how I perceive like a shield? That's from holding the effect too. And that effect, the shield's effect, its special effect, pretty much turns the enemy's like elemental resistance or physical resistance. You know, like them surviving like say fire, any type of element, and physical damage would strip their defense a bit. And you see right there, that's the geo defense I mentioned. There's also another enemy I think I can let me look up the bio on that one. Hold up. Before I do anything. Wait, save that for later. I think it's on the archives? Yellow bar with any damage hurts it. Any damage that's a heavy hitter, like claymores or the geo damage. So for Noelle, it would damage that geo little defense, the yellow bar. It's kind of like mining ore, if that makes sense. Another enemy that's unique about doing that is... yeah, these guys. So they have a yellow bar like the other ones. I call that magic shield, but whatever. I call that geo defense. Actually, you know what? Stone hot stone hide or stone skin or something like that. Something like that in a way. Yeah, you know what? Stone skin's better. This enemy has a stone skin effect to it, but it changes their attacks. Like they are much more aggressive when they have that stone skin effect. Somehow this enemy is great when it has that thunder skin effect, and this enemy great when it has this ice skin effect. It's frost skin. If that makes any sense. Yes, yeah, basically a magic armor in a way. I just always call it skin. Orbs 2, I never ever get it. Okay, so whenever you deal damage to like an enemy, the orbs come out. So to get your ultimate up, you have to use your skill. So when I hit an enemy with skill, there the orbs pop up. Like you can see, with Zhongli it's obvious because you know I'm hitting the enemy with like 3 extra attacks.
Don't blink! Take flight!
So you have, like, in some characters generate like about 5 particles as a particle, and orbs only appears when you defeat an enemy. An elemental orb appears. Like that's the orb right there. The orb is the one that's pretty much multicolored. So in short, just use your skill and you get your burst up. Have different effects depending on the character. More the lines of if you match the orb that the character is collecting, so like say I'm using Ayaka, any cryo orbs, the light blue or cyan colors orbs, would regenerate her energy faster. And this is where it also comes to another case. The particles can regenerate your burst, which the burst has a different burst cost. Like, I think, yeah, here it is. You see how that burst cost says 80? That tells you, like, how much energy it requires. And if it says something like 80, it's going to take a while. For something that's like 40, like, say, I think the best example is, I think Amber has it. Hold up. Amber has that 40 or something like that. Yeah, like a 40 cost, they can generate their burst easily. Every character has a different effect. Every character has a different element, but you just need to match the orbs to the responding character. A fire orb goes to a fire character, a thunder orb goes to a thunder character, etc. to regenerate their burst easily. The orbs don't have an effect. It's more on the lines of matching them increases the energy recharge for your burst. I think yeah, here it is. Energy recharge.
A
Energy
blade
recharge increases
embraces
the
its
amount of
duty,
energy
as a
a
jeweler cherishes
regenerate
their
when
gems.
each elemental particle or orb is attained. The higher the value, the more energy is regenerated. Basically saying the more you have of energy recharge, the faster your burst generates. Like the more energy your burst can get. What if I pick a different color? Okay, that brings up the interesting bit. So if you do that, it would have been like normal regeneration. Like it won't be as much as like matching the colors, but it'll be enough to where it's like, okay, it generates. Like I might as well just show off what I mean. Now here's the interesting thing: every character, whenever a character gets um gets energy for their burst, every other character will get some, but it's not as much. It's not like it's kind of like an XP share thing in a way, where yes, the Luke will get more of his energy, but it spreads to everyone else, but not as much. It'd be like a little bump, a little small bump.
Speed of light!
Let me
Henceforth comes shadow!
show you a little thing. So you keep in mind the burst I'm going to show off. I'm going to switch to Ayaka,
Whirling snow!
and the burst does show up. The burst, like when you look at the triangle button, what's the burst? Their ultimate. Think of the burst as their ultimate. Whenever I say burst, that means ultimate,
Don't blink!
which is like the triangle button in this case. So whenever I want to use my burst, press triangle,
Sakura swirl!
and you use it. It's always the triangle button. You see how it has a cooldown? I can't spam the burst. So it's like it's not only just regenerating the energy particles, it's also pretty much waiting for the cooldown to come out. When you use Noelle, whenever you use her Geo effect, that's the interesting bit. I think the archives will tell you. Archives tutorial. Yeah, here we go. Tutorial. Where is it? Reaction. Crystallize. Yeah, the orbs are recharge the ultimate faster. Yes, that's why I'm also. But this is also why I gotta mention here a bit. The orbs regenerate the matching vision holder. So, like, say, fire orbs will go to a fire character, and then more energy recharge, the stat they have, the faster the burst goes up. So it's not just the color that goes to the particular person; it's also their stat of the energy recharge. If that makes sense, it's kind of like reducing the. I'm trying to think of like what would be the best way for that understanding. It's kind of like the healing bonus. The more healing bonus you have, the better you'll heal someone. When you have more energy recharge, the faster you get. RBG. I don't know what RBG means. But anyway, back on that, when you say that you're in the well gives me shields. That's what I'm mentioning with Crystallize. When Geo comes into contact with hydro, pyro, cryo, electro elements, crystallize will be triggered. This type of elemental reactions will generate corresponding elemental charge and provides your character with various elemental shields. Hold on a second. Do you see like the little like if you look closely, do you see the little particle effects near the hydro slime? That's the pickups from the crystallization. The crystallize.
A blade is like a tea.
I think I can I need to find a better enemy. I'm not finding that. No, screw it. This might be better. So when I hit an enemy with a fire attack, I switch to Zhongli and it hits him with a Geo. There's the pickup. Right there. That's the crystallized pickup. So I just walk up to it, and I get a shield. Crystallize. Geo is the only one who can do the crystallize effect. So Noelle is the only one who can make shield pickups, if that makes sense. RBG. I didn't say RGB. I didn't say all that stuff. Listen, let me explain this. One thing at a time before we go jumping into every single thing. So, back on crystallize. Whenever I like hit an enemy with like a pyro effect, if I switch to a Geo character and it hits them, it drops a pickup, a sort of shield pickup, and then anyone can pick up that shield, if that makes sense for you. In short, crystallize pretty much turns that element that you affect on the enemy into a pickup. So if you want some like lightning defense, hit an enemy with a lightning character, and then switch to like say Noelle for your case, and you'll generate a pickup. Like a little power up, if that makes sense. I'm trying to bunch these up so I can show you the whole pickup entirely. I don't think it's gonna be enough. Never mind. That'll be enough.
We'll have order.
So you see those pickups? Hold on, let me deal with this guy.
Speed of light.
So you see those pickups? That's crystallization. That's when you hit an enemy with a fire that's been afflicted with fire and hit him with Geo. Okay, let me explain this better for you. Like, we're talking about crystallization. We're not talking about energy recharge. We always talk about the orb bit. We always told you about the stats. Like, we always told you that hitting an enemy with this skill will pretty much generate an orb. The orb is used to recharge your burst faster. And stacking a stack called energy recharge makes that burst come up faster, like a lot faster. When I talk about crystallization, it's a reaction. So whenever an enemy is hit with an element, and I switch to like a Geo character, it will crystallize, pretty much turning that element into a pickup that's on the field, and someone can run up to that pickup and get a shield as a result. Yeah, a firestone in a way. It makes a firestone that someone can pick up and becomes a shield. Firestone combo creates shield pickup. Yes, Firestone combo makes a pickup. It's as long as it's a stone. Anything that relates to stone, like ice and stone, electric and stone, fire and stone, that will create, and hydro and stone combos will make a pickup. Will make a shield pickup. It's just anything that relates to the stone will make the pickup. You can combo with other elements, it creates a pick. Let me explain this better for you. Geo, this stone to make an example, is the only element that can write this pickup. It's the only one, and it can only work on electro, pyro, cryo, and hydro element. Basically, ice, fire, water, electricity. That's the only thing the Geo can do reactions on.
A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems.
Stone, yeah, stone plus any element besides animo will create a shield pickup. So you're on the right track with that. If that helps you make understanding sense. It's not all elements can combo with any other elements. Yes, Animo can't combo with Geo. Geo can't combo with Animo. Right now only Hydro. Okay, so only Animo and Geo can't pair up like with each other. It has to be Geo with Electro, Hydro. So whatever Geo has, like Pyro, Hydro, Electro, and Cryo, Animo can do that, but Animo can't pair up with Geo, if that makes
I
sense.
only wish life could be as leisurely as this a little more often.
So like Swirl, that's
How
an
greedy of
Animo
me.
exclusive reaction. It cannot react with Geo. While Crystallize is an Geo exclusive element. It can
A
react to
blade
like
embraces
say
its duty, as a jeweler
Animo.
cherishes their gems.
Alright, it's also solid. You forgot Blizzard. Like when you use you realize that a blizzard is part of the cold effect. So when you absorb like when you absorb like cryo, you're kind of doing like a blizzard effect. I don't know why Geo and Animal can't pair up together. That's the one thing I will tell you. Everything else I can understand, like a firestorm, a thunderstorm. Which remember, storm counts as like an elemental
A
reaction.
blade is like a tea leaf. Only those who sample it many times can appreciate its true qualities.
No dust for wind, rock. That I don't know. I don't get why they don't do that. I think it's probably because they want to make sure Geo does not. Because they want Geo and Wind to be unique, possibly? Because those are only unique elements? That's all I'm thinking. Now, Pyro. The thing is with Pyro characters is that they always have like they are always focused primarily on offensive moves. So like Pyro, Hydro, or Pyro and Cryo only amplifies the damage. Only amplifies it. Oh, I'm trying to do some quests while I'm at it.
Bring the Knights of Favonius with you next time.
Sandstorm, Dust Storm. Yeah, that should have been one of them, honestly. But I think they're introducing the next region, which is like Dendro, which I think it is called. Which we don't know what that's going to be yet. But for now, that's all I can tell you is that Geo cannot pair with Animo, which is dumb sometimes.
Oh, it seems I can't do it.
Do this little thing.
Ugh. How can I smash all these training dummies at once? So that's how to do it. I'm impressed.
Use a big freaking sword. That's easy. Using that dinky little sword. So when in any element creates AoE damage, stone in any element creates shield. Yes. You just need to keep in mind with that image is that that wind and stone can't pair up together. So you got that on the right track with Animo and geo effects. You know, being swirled and crystallized. You got that right. I mean, I'm trying to explain it. It's not easy for me. Like, this stuff is complicated. Like, it's not easy to figure out exactly. It's not like you say this game is very like simple or something like that. It's not. There's not many very combat options. But when you start realizing how complicated the actions are, it makes you realize, oh wait, there is some complications to it. Like this stuff is complex. Because when you realize how these reactions work, it makes you open up your eyes to different possibilities. Let me see if I can look at the tutorial bit and look at superconduct. This is the one. This is one that you want to read. When cryo and electro meet, like when a cryo and electro do a combo, it's almost complicated. But that's because I'm trying to explain it what it is. Like when I talk about one subject, I'm talking about that particular subject. It's not complicated when you realize that stoning any element would work. Okay, the old. Hold on, I'm looking at what else he's saying. Just the words I still don't get. Just know that you just need to hit an enemy with a skill, and you just pretty much regen your burst. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know with the orbs. Nothing complicated other than matching the orbs with the character's element, would regenerate it, and if that energy recharge would make it faster to regenerate that burst. All you need to know is that just use your skill and focus on who's using the skill. Like if it's a fire character, make sure they stay long enough so they can get their elements. Like the orb itself. Yeah, regen's ultimate. Yes. The orb color, whenever they use a skill, needs to go to, like, say, a fire character to regenerate energy back. And energy recharge is pretty much the rate, like, you know, the, kind of like healing bonus. It's like the more energy recharge you have, the more energy you'll get from using your skill for your burst. It's pretty much increasing the value of those orbs. Alright, on superconduct, I want to mention this. When cryo and electro meet, heat superconduct occurred. Superconduct does AoE cryo damage and decreases physical resistance. So whenever you do like a normal attack, that's physical. Whenever you do the skill, that's elemental. So this is elemental, this is physical. Something to find a well. With a well, any aura will create shield. As the pickup you saw was not the orb. That's a shard. I call that a shard to separate it. Any element will create a shard or like a shard so you can pick it up for a shield.
Guess we can rest a bit.
The orb is pretty much regenerating for the burst. The reactions, the geos plus everything, any element will create a pickup. The orb is just for the burst. You don't have to worry about the burst. You don't have to worry too much about the orbs. Don't worry too much about that. So there's two pickups. Sort of, yeah. There's sort of two pickups. One you can get from a reaction, which is crystallized, and there's the elemental orbs.
You should really
which
bring
is
the
pretty
Knights
much
of
just from
Favonius
using your
with you
skill.
next time.
My lip is dry. My throat is kind of getting dry too. I feel like it's hard to breathe for some reason. I can't breathe much. I put in well, 90% of the time, okay? She's the simplest character. Yeah, she is simple. That's what I'm also mentioning. Like, it's not hard to understand how to use them. Where's the other quest? Here it is.
Don't blink! Nowhere to hide.
Stabilize!
Whirling snow, Kamisato art, Sumetsu!
Say her defense stat was instead her. No, I did not say that. No. I did not say that the defense increases their attack. Like, let me explain this. Her defense won't increase her damage output. It's her attack plus her. Let me put this in perspective. Do not think defense is actually needed for every attack. Like, some characters specialize in having defense, but not every character.
Order guide you.
You say your defense stat was instead her damage stat. It's one way of her defense stats is to support your attack stats.
Incoming!
So she works well if you pair up both your attack and defense equally. Let me see if I can find it here. Where's there she is. So you see how her you see in sweeping time she has a larger attack AoE, her damage converts into geo damage, but it says right there increases attack that scales based off her defense. In short, she gets an increased attack bonus depending on her defense in a way. And you see where it says attack bonus, 68 defense? That's how much her defense goes up. Like, depending on how much defense she has, will increase her attack when she's using her burst. When the shield is active, when the shield is active, hold on a second. Trying to figure out what you meant by that. Like, wait, what do you mean by when the shield's active? Trying to wait for you, like, what do you mean by when the shield's active? That's what I'm trying to ask. The defense stat increases the damage when the shield is active? No. Whenever you use the burst, her sweeping time, you know, the freaking move where she pretty much brings up like a big Excalibur blade, that increases her damage based on her defense. So, like, say, like, you see the defense? Some of that defense will go into her attack whenever she uses her burst. Just note that the more defense you have, the bigger the attack bonus can be. And for some characters, like, I think, let's say here, Goro, one of his skills, would help increase the defense itself. Like, it gives you an increased bonus to his defense. That's why he would be good to pair up with Noelle, because not only he gets a extra defense bonus, meaning her burst is much more stronger, but as long as he has more of a team of, like, say, 3 Geo characters, which is including him, it will give a Geo damage bonus. Like, increase Geo damage. That's why he's good to pair up with Noelle. Is when the shield's active because the defense is relevant. The defense increases the burst. The shield that you're mentioning is helpful because of the freaking artifact set that you would have got. Like, so like this set, where it's pretty much saying, while protected, the shield grants additional 40% normal and charge attack damage. Doesn't say it's adding the more geo damage, it just means whenever you do a normal attack and charge attack, the damage increase. Pair that up with the sweeping times defense, bonus whenever you use that, and considering that counts as normal and charge attack, you get a recipe of freaking damage. Her buff stacks with her, yes. This stacks with her sweeping time, which stacks with her defense. Which stacks with this, because every time you do damage, it pretty much gives you an attack and defense. Pretty much, buffs can stack. Just figure out what buffs can stack with each other and stack along with it. That's all you need to do. It's like a stacking mini game. It's like a stacking game. Her defense stacks with her burst. Her weapon can help stack with that. Her artifact can help stack with that, and sometimes her constellations will help stack with that. It's pretty much a stacking game. So, like, you need to figure out what buff stacks with what buff, what other buff, what stacks with, like, the artifact set, and you pretty much get a recipe of damage. It's like, defense is the main focus, but we want to make sure we buff the, say, like, the character, like, we want to keep stacking up, like, that defense buff. We want to keep stacking up the defense, like, make it stronger, make it better. Yes, exactly. So that's like, it's not hard. All you need to know is that you need to figure out she can be a main damage dealer. Yeah, I have her constellations. I was shocked I got it all too. Alright, what other quest I gotta do? Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Don't worry. Snowfall on this scale is no impediment. We can keep moving.
It's like crit damage already doing its work. Oh, trust me, I'm not good at her. I'm not good at playing Noelle. I like to be the one who has to get up close with offensive attacks. I'm more of an offensive. Like, I'm better with Zhongli than Noelle, in my opinion. I mean, I could try playing her, but it's more on the lines of I need to get the right artifact set to make her freaking strong.
Burn!
We'll need more where that came from.
I will have order.
Incoming!
Come on, they should just die.
Time for retribution! Quake!
Take flight!
Verdict is...
Get inside that house, you jerk. I'm more about the self-sustained shield. Those heals no need. I want you. I mean, I can stop. I'm just trying to show. I was trying to show this off. I might delete this off of my video list. I can
Listen,
so
as
at least
long
you
as you stick
understand what
to
I'm
your
getting
own
at with
path, it doesn't
when I
matter
talk
what
about
Mother
shield
Nature
defense,
throws at
and
you.
I told you about the reactions as much. Like you can read this stuff. It's up there
Ad
for you to
Astra
read.
Abyssal. Thank you for complete.
If you just want to know how it works again, just go over here. Just go to this thing, and you'll pretty much like get like a whole tutorial list. Hey, this will help you understand better.